Hey everybody, Cool Marine here. So we're going to do a quick review thanks to Barbara Noel, my Amazon wife. She reminded me of a piece of equipment that I had that I could use for the New York Beauty. And guess what it is? It's the LED light pad. Nifty Notions LED light pad that we have here. And it has a cutting mat to it. Okay? Thanks, Barbara. Thanks for reminding me. I had to bust it out. But this thing is really, really cool. So this was sent to me by Chris Kulla over at Brewer Sew Quilt and Create. All right. Okay. So this light pad is something that you could probably grab if you are looking to trace pieces for your New York Beauty. Okay, because when we go out the book that we're working out of, we have the pages here, and what I did was I took these pages and got copies of the blocks that I wanted to work with. And in getting those copies, the only reason why I did that is because these sheets have two sides to them, right? And I wanted to individualize each piece that I was going to work with. Okay, so I put it on the printing machine and printed off the copies so that I could bring it back to my light pad. This light pad is awesome. All right, let's turn it on. Hold on. So you tap the on switch. Look at that. That is I hope you can see the intensity of it, but it's really cool. So what I have on top, this grid piece, is the cutting mat. So if I pull off the cutting mat, look at that. Right? That's awesome. So if I wanted to work with a piece from the book, and I put that on there, look at you could probably see how the back side shows to the front, right? So what I wanted to do was individualize each block in case I was working with that block again, or I want to repeat that piece on the block. So what I would do is cut that out, and then I would print off that block or that piece from a sheet of the book, and now it's individualized. Now I can trace it easier, right? Or I could just use this. It's okay. Remember, when we're doing New York Beauty, we're going to be folding on these lines, okay? We need to fold on these lines to keep us on the path on the reverse side, because the black lines are your stitch line, all right? And the reverse side is where your fabric is going to show, okay? So let's take a look at how intense this thing is, all right? Look at this. All right, so this is parchment paper. I want you guys to get a full view of all the types of paper that we're going to be using. Look at that, parchment paper. Nice. That's very nice. Okay, let's take a look at some tracing paper, normal tracing paper that you would get from an art store. Look at that. Pretty incredible, huh? So what I'm showing you are the different types of paper that can show through onto the LED or through the LED light pad, okay? And it doesn't really make a difference, I don't think, actually. All right, here's my good old-fashioned Missouri Star Quilt Company paper. Not bad, right? Should be able to get some good pieces out of that. And here we go, some good old-fashioned printer paper. Same thing, okay? So the only difference really, I think, is, so on normal printing paper, your stitch length will probably have to be a 1, okay? Because of how close the stitch length is, it'll be easier to tear the paper off. If it's like a 2, then, you may be doing damage to the stitches, all right? But if you're using Missouri Star, Quilt Company paper, tracing paper, or even parchment paper, you can probably use a stitch length of 2 because the paper is so sensitive, you're probably perforating it enough just to tear it right off without doing anything to the stitches, okay? But this light pad is very, very cool. Now, see how intense it is? If you hold the power button, you can control the intensity. If it's too bright, hang on to the power button. Oh, I'm sorry. Hang on to the power button, and you can, look at that. You can control how intense the light is coming through, all right? Let's turn it off. Look at that, one hit. Let's turn it back on. All right. All right, and here's the cutting mat. Let's put the cutting mat on top. Very nice, right? Let's get something to cut here. Let's put a piece of fabric on that. All right, remember, the cutting mat is for cutting fabric, right? Not for anything else. Don't take your cutting mat off and think you're going to cut fabric on the surface itself. Very nice. Not bad, right? I like this. This thing is very nice. Look at that. You see? You can cut along the lines. If you need that, if that's the type of project you're working on. But I'm not going to be using the cutting mat now. I'm using this to trace. All right, let's take this cutting mat off. And let's put this piece back on here. Okay. So let's control the movement of that. I'm going to put a piece of tape on here to hold that still. All right, a single piece should be okay, I think. There's not going to be much movement. And let's put I'm just going to show you real quick how easy it is. Look at that. That's pretty cool, right? And we are going to grab a pencil and a ruler. Okay. All right, so, oh man, that's really cool. I like that. Not bad. Oh, see what I just did? See how I moved it? Now, the mistake that I made was I should have, oh, I'm hanging on to the power button. I'm sorry. All right, so what I should do is take the second piece as well so it doesn't move on me. You don't need super tape, okay? Because you are going to need to separate the two, okay? Sorry. Here we go. And all we're going to do is put a line on there. Going over. Look at that. That's pretty cool. All right, I can't wait to make this block. This is going to be a pretty cool block right here. Those are different. That'll be different fabric right there. Each one of those. Thanks for the reminder, Barbara. This is really cool. This thing was sitting on a shelf, actually. And I was walking by it. Not bad, right? All right, I'm not going to torture you and trace the whole thing, but you get the point. Let's pull this off. All right, so remember, because these are the lines that we're going to be folding on, right, later on. Those of you who know. These are the lines we need to fold on, okay? But my grade for this, 5 out of 5 bobbins, okay? 5 out of 5. But it's not required, okay? Those of you who are on budgets like I am, I was just blessed enough to get this as a gift or something to review. I'll probably end up gifting this out to a subscriber later on. That's just who I am, okay? But it's really great, okay? And worth what you're probably going to spend on it, but don't break your back getting it. Me personally, if I was on a tight budget, like, like I'm supposed to be by my CFO, I wouldn't get it because there are some great fabrics out there that I want to get my hands on first. But if I had the cake or the bread or the money to spend on this, yes, I would put this in the program, okay? Especially if you're somebody who likes the paper piece or build New York beauties like somebody, it's going to help you out. It'll be a great tool to have in the arsenal for building a New York beauty or paper piecing a quilt. But outside of that, it's 5 out of 5 for me. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. And remember, it's only fabric and it's only thread.